Welcome to the Other 99% podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Duck, a coffee loving direct sales enthusiast who's obsessed with a good digital system. Come join me for a realistic look into the world of direct sales. We'll explore inspiring perspectives, learn about unique business tips, and celebrate success stories that often go untold. Because on the other 99%, every seller matters. Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of the Other 99%. Today, I wanted to chat with you about something, and this is probably going to be a quick episode. It's being launched on Christmas Eve, and if you're catching this as it drops, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be with me on Christmas Eve. I really appreciate it. We are fast approaching our 1 year anniversary, and I'm super excited for everything that this podcast has done. I keep hearing people coming to me in my DMs, my PMs. I see the reviews. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. But this episode, I wanted to bring to you before 2025 hit. And I want to talk to you about the reasons why people join direct sales. So we hear a lot of people say that they join the business because they're looking for a community. They're looking for more recognition than what they get in their everyday life. They're looking for personal development. And while I believe all of those are like the main reasons why a lot of us stay in this business, I really think that the majority of people, even though they may not want to say it, join for the money. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Money isn't, and it shouldn't be a dirty word. Okay. So we need to reframe the way we think about money. Heck, even if you've joined for a discount, I personally believe anyway that you are joining for for the money, because in the end, what you want to do is you want to ensure that more of your money stays in your bank account. So yes, you're getting a discount on the products that you love, but why did you join? Because you wanted to keep as much of your money in your bank account as you can. Um, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, especially in this day and age, I mean, the cost of grocery bills, at least, I mean, this is probably everywhere, but grocery bills for my family is astronomical each week. And the extra money that I bring in from Epicure, it sure does help. So, I mean, what does the money do for my business? Just like I said, it helps me provide for my family. It helps me, not have to worry about what I put in the grocery cart. Like I can decide what we want to eat, and I don't have to worry about adding up the totals before I hit submit on my grocery order. So, I mean, I love the fact that this business is actually a business, and it's okay. I want everybody to know it's okay to have a bank account goal in mind when you're thinking about your business. It's not selfish, it's actually smart business practice. Like, this is a business, and you are in business for yourself, but never by yourself. But this is a business. And in order for businesses to thrive, we need to be making money in them. So, as we go into 2025, there's a couple things that I wanted to leave you with. And first off, I want you to sit down when you're thinking about your goals for 2025. I want you to sit down and think about your why that you started this business. And let's just take, for example, my why would be, oh, I'm looking to make an extra $250 every month in order to help with groceries. Okay. That's my why for like joining and starting and sharing the products with my friends and family and earning an income. Okay. So we had that $250 bank account goal in mind. Now, I'm just using averages with these. So if your commission structure is different, you're going to have to figure out these totals yourself. Plus, everybody's going to have a different bank account goal. So you're going to have to factor in all of these amounts anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your commission. Okay. So for example, if we take 25% commission, we know that we need to sell, and this is where we get into the sales part. we need to sell $1,000 a month in order to earn $250 that will go into our bank account. Okay. When we look at that and we have our monthly sales goal or sales total, then we have to look at what our average customer total is. Now, I know in my back office, I can get from the performance report what my average total is. You may have to like manually figure it out, or you just might know. And then you look at it this way. So, for example, like I said, I'm going to use round numbers just to keep it even and easy. But if we had a $50 average sales, that would mean that we need at least 20 orders in a month in order to hit our $1,000 goal. So 20 times 50 equals 1,000. I mean, when we're looking at $1,000 over a month here, it's a little scary for some of us, right? So look at it this way. So if we have 4 weeks, the average month has 4 weeks, and we know that we have a $50 sales average, then we know that we need five $50 orders each week in order to get $1,000 at the end of the month, which in turn will put $250 in our bank account. Okay, so then once you know that, you can sit there and figure out, well, how am I going to get these orders? So, for example, if a party or an event or a workshop, however, whatever your company calls it, is on average $250 in sales, well, then you know you have to have at least one party a week. Well, if you don't do parties, that's fine. How are you going to get that $50 in sales? So, how many customers do you have to reach out for to get reorders? How many new customers do you need to find to get these orders? And you're going to have to break it down like that. So, once you have these totals, then it's going to be easy for you to track and see what your next step is in order to achieve your bank account goal at the end of the month. Now, the one thing that I do want to say is that um, if you get to a point where you know you're ahead of the game and you have maybe 10 orders, $50 each this week, don't stop. Just use that as gravy. Still, your next week's goal is still going to be 5 orders at $50. And then when you get to these totals and at the end of the month and you have extra money in your bank account, that's even better. Like it's a bonus, but you're going to start you're going to start the momentum. It's going to keep going and things will get easier. Once you find customers, you're going to build that know, like, and trust factor. You're going to service them. You're going to provide them value, and then you're going to start getting reorders. So these small little sales goals that you have broken it down to are going to be easier to achieve. So in the beginning, it might be a little bit hard. It might be a little bit overwhelming, but if you break it down into these little chunks, I feel that you're going to have a better 2025 when we're looking at the amount of money that we want to bring into our business and what it takes to get that money in our bank account. So guys, I wanted to keep this one short and sweet because I know that today is a day of hustle and bustle. But if you're out and about listening, I hope you know how much I appreciate you. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you on next week's episode of The Other 99%. Take care, everyone. This episode of The Other 99% podcast has been brought to you by Spice It Up with Lisa Duck. If you're struggling with the question of what's for dinner, let Epicure help you put quick, delicious, family-friendly meals on the table in 20 minutes or less. Learn more about what Epicure has to offer. Visit spiceitupwithlisaduck.com. And if you're new to Epicure, be sure to use promo code EPIC15 in your cart at checkout for 15% off your entire first order. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would take a minute to rate and review the podcast, I would absolutely love it. And if you know someone who really needs to hear this podcast, please feel free to share it with them. More listeners, the better. And if you know someone who would like to be a guest on the podcast, or you yourself would like to be a guest, be sure to check the link in the show notes or visit lisaduck.com and click Be a Guest. We'll talk to you soon.